Hello, and welcome to the RealRam fam. On my channel, I intend to provide you with a safe platform to discuss the intersections of your entire being, to be able to be comfortable in your own skin, in mission or position. There is no one like you, and we all have a purpose and message. I, for one, am a black woman, mother of four, a military veteran, and a wife, and a social worker, just to name a few. From my channel, I hope that you learn more about military families and social workers. Three of the social work values are my aim in each video: importance of human relationships, dignity and worth of the person, and social justice. No matter what you initially think when you hear social worker, there is more to the profession. Trust me. Stay locked in by subscribing to the channel, and be sure that you hit that notifications bell so you don't miss any new uploads. Without further ado, on to today's episode. What's going on, you guys? Happy Friday. Happy last Friday of Black History Month. So today, what I'm going to do is a little bit different. This is part 2 of our Preparing for Adulting. Last time we did this, we had some college students on that talked about their experiences. They had to go back into their memory banks, y'all. Go back and talk about what it was like in their senior year of high school, what it was like to prepare for graduation, to prepare for college, and everything like that. Well, this time, I'm a little bit more on schedule. So tonight I'm going to have with me a high school student, and he's going to talk with some college students this time. And so, with every episode, I got to bring you a little bit of education. So I did a little bit of my homework this time. And if I am reading this correctly, I am looking at the National Center for Education Statistics. And in 2019 and 2020, I am reading that the high school graduation rate for Black students was about 73% in the District of Columbia. I have all of the states listed here in front of me, but of course I'm going to bring you DC because that is where my sons graduated from. And then also, because of a lot of our students like to go from high school sports into college sports, I'm looking at also 2020 from NCAA, the estimated probability of competing in college athletics. And because I'm a soccer mom, it's showing me that high school participants is about a little under 460,000 high school participants in the same year, 2020. And the percentage from high school to NCAA Division 3 was 2.7, Division 2, 1.5, and Division 1 is 1.3. I am sure that my son can correct me, but I believe that he is at a Division 3 school, and he's also on the soccer team. So he is within that 2.7% of students. So we like to also bring to the forefront that it is often stated that our children, Black students, will not make it to the age of 18. They won't make it to the age of 21. But again, I am bringing to you students who have made it past that statistic. They're about to graduate from high school. They are in college. They are alive. They're not in jail. They're not, all of these things. They are excelling. So that is what tonight's conversation is going to be. I'm going to start off with some questions, but it is for them to talk to each other, pass on that experience and that knowledge. But of course, as with every episode, we're going to start off with icebreakers. And so I'm going to bring to you my 2022 graduate, David, his friend, Layram, and my 2024 graduate, Alexander. All right, everyone, if I just said your names, but if you all, for the people who don't know you, if you all can introduce yourself, where do you call home? And for you two college students, where you're attending college and the class, what grade you're in right now. If that's too much to remember, hey, I'll say it one at a time.
Who's going first?
Well, you unmuted yourself, so obviously you're going first.
Literally already you guys know that. I go to Elmira College. It's up in upstate New York, and I am in my sophomore year. I'm studying fashion marketing and history. What else did you ask?
Where do you call home?
Where I call home, it depends on who's asking. I usually just say DC, but like if you want to get deeper, I'll say Switzerland because that was a lot of my adolescence years growing up. So yeah, it's Switzerland or DC.
Okay. Layram.
Hi. I am a freshman at Elmira College. I'm studying human services with a concentration in psychology. And where I call home would be Orange County, New York. It's about 3 hours down from our school. Did I miss anything?
No. And Alex.
I am a senior in high school. I am graduating this year. It'll be a very happy time for me to do that. And what I call home is whatever place my house is, whatever I grew up in.
Okay. He's y'all. Those of you who are not new to my channel, you know why he says that. He says that because he is a military child. Those of you who don't know, that would be why. All right, so to kick things off, I think the best way to do this would probably be, because David, this isn't your first time on. Well, let's see what this looks like. If I do this. So I'm gonna do this icebreaker. And we'll see what this looks like. Ladies first. Let Layram answer first. Just answer the questions. It's just an icebreaker. Don't worry about being politically correct or any of that. Just answer. Are you seeing that okay?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So she answers, then you answer, Alex, and then you, David. Okay?
Fish.
All right.
That's water.
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 The number 2.
2.
2.
Hair.
Hair.
Air.
Here.
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 Those are shoes.
Shoes or tennis shoes.
Shoes. Well, those are sneakers. Those are sneakers.
It's a shopping cart.
Shopping cart.
Shopping cart.
That's a crate.
Basket.
That's a basket.
What'd you call it?
It's a crate.
Oh, okay. A crate.
It's a wallet.
Wallet.
It's a wallet.
A handbag.
Just off the bat, I thought it was a purse, but yeah, handbag, I guess.
Purse.
It's your answer.
That's a purse.
I think the purses are big. So,
It's in a streetway.
alleyway.
Avenue.
A foyer, maybe?
Hallway.
The one on the top left, that's a doorway, and the rest is a hallway.
Italian ice, maybe?
Icy.
That's a slushy.
This is crazy. Two people from the same family. Okay.
Oh,
That's an ice pop.
that might be a nice deep, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it icy. I'm gonna keep it icy.
It's an ice pop. Right?
I don't see no stick, but okay.
You push it out the cup.
Fill in the blank. That's a buttload of stuff.
That's a buttload of stuff.
That's a buttload of stuff.
Am I supposed to say what I think that is?
Yeah. What are they wearing?
Well, usually in my household, we'd call it a franela because that's how you say it in Spanish. But that's just an undershirt.
T-shirt.
It's a wife beater.
I knew it was gonna say that.
That's what it's called.
Okay. Well, thank you all for your participation. So I want to point out something to the viewers. Social work moment. This is the importance of understanding nature versus nurture. We have two kids who was grown up in the same household, the same parents, they've been in the same places. But one has identified a place where he lives. The other one is just like, oh, my home is wherever it is. And they do not call items the same things. I just want to point that out so people can understand that this nature versus nurture thing is real. Okay, so we got a participant that was like, that's a beater.
Good, Marshawn.
It's not a shirt.
Good.
All right, so we are going to move forward. We're going to move forward, and I'm going to ask the first question. Sorry, you guys, I am checking in. All right, so the first question that I have is going to be to RealRam. No, I'm gonna throw the first question to it's to both of you college students. But I want you to provide the answer to Alex.
Okay.
How important do you think it is to participate in senior year activities?
Oh, okay. I can answer this one pretty good. Well, my senior year, I didn't realize like how sad it actually is leaving up until maybe the last few weeks. So it honestly depends on like yourself, really, if you care that much and like the connections you made like with the other seniors. But I say it was pretty important, like participating in senior activity.
My perspective is different. I think you should participate because why not? Like, you don't want to be like 15 years down the road and they would go, remember during prom? And you're like, no, because you wanted to be that cool person that just didn't want to go. Like, whenever you ask someone, why don't you want to go to prom? They always say, just cause, bro, I don't want to. Like, everyone's going to be there. Like, that's just like, it's not the perspective I want to take. So I would just, why not be involved? You have nothing that you're missing out on. So I would be in prom, Cardozo didn't have homecoming, so we didn't have a homecoming dance. We had a homecoming game. But if they did, I would have been there too. I think you should always be there. Some people even skip their graduation. Like those are things that you want to be at. Like it's important.
So I like the fact that you said it depends on the person and their personality. And then David said, why not go? What type of personality do you think that it takes for one to participate in their senior year activities?
Well, it depends, like, if you were very involved, like, in high school, because I know in my high school, like, there were a lot of kids that were heavily involved in school. Like, I was on my cheer team for all 4 years of my high school experience, and we were, like, very involved in, like, everything, whether it comes to fundraisers or just, like, school spirit. Like, we're at all the school events. It's kind of like our job. So for me, I was pretty involved. I liked going to prom. I liked going to our senior ball. I liked going to homecoming. I liked going to the football games, the basketball games. But I know there's, like, other people that could care less about it, but that's just because, like, you know, they might have their own separate friends that like to partake in other things, which isn't a problem, but, you know, it really just depends on your own.
The two personality traits that you require is either being an extrovert, going out, or a follower, I guess. Because if you see all your friends doing it, then you want to be in it. Those are the two most people that participate in senior activities. And like also what Liam said, like if she liked to go to the football games and stuff, like I think it also takes someone that has school spirit. Because there's some people that like talk bad about their high school like it's like a professional sports team. Like they dislike their high school so much for no reason. Like I think you gotta have the school spirit to want to go do those things, be involved. Because there are some people that, oh, I don't want to go to the football team. The football team sucks and things like that. You gotta have school spirit to be able to want to do those things.
You got a question yet, Alex?
No, I'm still conjuring a question.
Okay. I said senior activities, and then David, you jumped right into prom. Are there not other activities in between that may or may not be just as important as prom?
I think everyone looks forward to prom and graduation during senior year, especially in DC, because DC doesn't have those homecoming balls unless you went to Wilson. That's the only school that had it. The homecoming balls, winter balls, and all that stuff. We didn't have that, so everyone just looks forward to prom and graduation. That's it. Like not even pinning ceremony. That wasn't even. Oh, and senior picture day too. I forget about that. A lot of people they like senior picture day, but for me that wasn't really a big thing. It's just picture day.
So as parents, it's a deal. Okay. Senior year. Well, I'm trying to think about senior year, but see, I'm living through Alex right now, so I'm trying not to take over on the questions. So then in that case, I'm going to move right on to the business of it then. When it comes to filling out, no, we're not going to go to applications yet. What should the high school students consider when deciding what they're going to do after high school?
First off, there is nothing wrong with not going to college, but there is something wrong if you don't have a plan at all. Like I'm gonna be a rapper, then you have no plan with that. Like trade school is fine. wanting to shadow someone or taking a gap year is fine until you figure yourself out. But like at least have a plan, I guess, or listen to your parents also because they probably know something. I know I was a little hard headed in the beginning, or listen to whatever adult guidance you have, because that can also help you find things you like, try new things out, because then that can also help you figure out what you want to do if you want to play a sport or if you want to even be a nursing major because you always had that mother tendency. Just keep trying things out and you can figure out what you want to do if you want to take the college path or the trade path or whatever.
I would say I kind of agree with David. Definitely don't not have a plan. But if your plan is, considering going to college, I would 100% support it any other way. That's all I tell my younger family, get your education because not a lot of people strive for that these days, which isn't a problem. I know a lot of people would preferably work whatever, your financial state is. It's really up to you. But I definitely support going to school. I think getting into college is the easiest part. It's actually following through with it and taking yourself out of your comfort zone, moving away from home, even a community college, anything will work, but that's just my take on it.
How did you make your decision on which college to attend?
Okay. This one's actually really easy for me. At least why I chose Elmira is because of how small the school was. I came and visited over the summer and I loved it. I committed to college super late, maybe the same month that I was graduating because I was so unsure of where I wanted to go. I'm sorry, I don't think I answered your question.
No, you're answering it right now. You're
But
doing fine.
yeah, I think it's really up to what you want to do with your future is probably the biggest motive of going to school.
Then you stopped answering the question.
Okay. I completely went off track.
You said that you chose Elmira because it's small. Is that the only thing that led you to that decision?
It was more or less, I know my older brother, he's 2 years older than me and he goes to school too. And honestly, I kind of just wanted to, be above him in a way. Kind of we have a unsaid competition of who does better in school. So that was one of my motives. But honestly, maybe my mom, she really pushed me to continue my education and I'm very grateful for that.
Okay. David, for those who do not know.
Well, Lyra, I think you have one more reason why you chose Elmira too.
Oh, one more reason. Yes, I really did like the sports program here. That was one of my reasons. The sports program, very good.
Well, we can start off with the sports program. Why I came. I wanted to play soccer, and I had this whole fantasy how I was gonna go D3, ball out my freshman year, transfer to D1, and I thought this was gonna be the school where I could do that because I looked at the team before and I thought, oh, I can definitely compete. Did not happen, but also they had really good graduation rate and employment after graduation rate, and it was in a small area where I wouldn't be distracted. Like if I went to college in DC or New York City or something, or I'd be distracted by going out all the time. There's nothing to do here, so I'm not really that distracted. There's nothing.
You look distracted now.
There's no distraction here. And after I came to the school, it solidified because I just was being a history major. But when I came here, I met this lady, really nice lady, and told me that I should do this program, this fashion program. That lady ended up being Tommy Hilfiger's sister. So that solidified me going to this school. And once I saw they had the fashion program, I was like, this is definitely where I want to go. That's kind of after I went to the school and did orientation. What that like solidified why I definitely want to go here. Plus the money they gave me for scholarship was like one of the most. I had a lot of. I think I said in the last one I had 26 college acceptances, including LSU and things like that. But Elmira gave me the most money. LSU gave me no money. I was gonna pay like $75,000 a year, and I was not trying to do that.
Mm. Okay. So you perfect segue into the finances. So the FAFSA and scholarships, applications, all of that type of business. Where does one start? And when should they start?
I think one thing that I do wish I did was starting like the college process sooner than I did. Like I mentioned before, I committed really late, and part of that was because I didn't feel prepared to go to school. I think when you hit your senior year, as soon as you can, start looking at possible schools, start looking at acceptance rates, graduating rates, like just like David said, like employment after graduation, because it's not just about like which school is the biggest, which school has the most school spirit. It really is like you're not going to college for that. You're going to college to get a degree. So you got to really focus on like what will get you to that degree and what will benefit you in the future.
Start as early as you can, really. And Alex has already done a better job than me at that. He got way more scholarships than I did, outside scholarships than I did. And it's because he had guidance to do so. I could have had the same amount too as him, and I started pretty early, like October of my year 2021. And I kept telling the ladies, no, I don't want to apply to this one. I don't want to apply to this one. And or when I did apply and they try to help me word it better, I pushed away the help and I ended up not getting as much. I also in the back of my mind thought that like college was way cheaper than it actually was when I was seeing the numbers. I thought it was way cheaper than what I was thinking. I'm oh my parents are gonna pay out of pocket for this in the beginning, and I was looking at it, but like do it as early as you can. When you get to college, you realize the more money in your pocket and it goes to your college and stuff, it helps. Free stuff helps. So you want free housing maybe because that's those scholarships end up paying for that. So that's more money that can go to other things. So start it as early as you can. And the faster you do FAFSA, the more money and the more they consider you. So try to do that as early as you can. Because again, why not?
I want to piggyback off of what David saying. That has definitely been a key factor in how my college process has been. I see in the comments that Jasmine says start writing your scholarships in junior year. I did do that, which did help me with the applying to colleges a lot easier. I did go to a couple of college fairs, and it had helped me broaden my perspective on different colleges. One key thing that a lot of adults have said is you should look at different colleges. You should open your eyes to many different things because you don't know how much money a college is willing to give you. It could be a full ride, or it could just be almost a full ride. It's been very useful, and yeah, starting early is definitely a key thing to do.
Yeah. And so, Alex, you are ahead of a lot of your peers, or at least you were ahead of a lot of your peers.
I
So
still am.
one, huh?
I still am.
Okay, you still are. So one, how does that feel? And two, if there is anything extra that you would like to add to what you all just said about starting early?
Yes, starting early takes off a massive like that of stress. When going to senior year, you hear a lot of people say seniors are catching senioritis. I'm not one of them.
It hasn't started yet. It's February.
I don't know, but the senioritis has already started. There's already people flunking in FA in classes already. It's crazy. Yeah, starting early just takes off a lot of stress that is unnecessary when it comes like December, January time.
So how does it feel for you to have, be one, to be ahead of your peers, one, and then two, just the fact that you do have it done?
It feels good, definitely, to not have to go through different college fairs or having to go to a lot of college information sessions because I've already done it, and it's just time for scholarships and getting to see how much the colleges is willing to give me.
Mm-hmm. So now, Alex, you can just be talking to any viewers that will be watching this later on. So I asked David and Layram about the senior year activities. Now that some of those activities have went by for you, first of all, let's tell the people, did you participate in them?
For some of the senior things, I did not, mainly because of poor planning, but some of them I didn't go to, mainly because I had an internship that I'm doing, and I wanted to prioritize getting money than going to senior events, especially the ones that are important, like prom or homecoming, which was also very late.
Okay. So this video is not just for students. Hopefully people are going to share this also with their parents, teachers, staff, whatever. It's also for adults. So when you say poor planning, what does that mean? Educate the people.
Poor planning meaning that the school didn't have a set schedule on when they wanted to do things. Like they wanted to do events, they wanted to do like movie night, and some other events that I don't remember. It was very late. It was delayed. I think one of them was canceled or like postponed. Is It's a lot better when the school, but also the parents have involvement with the events to make sure that it flows into helping with the seniors. I don't know what word it is, but helping with the seniors.
Okay. So here's a question for you, Laram. Prior to making your decision to attend college, in what areas did you not feel prepared, and what changed your mind? Do you need me to leave it up there?
Sorry, I was rereading the question. I didn't really understand. What areas did I not feel prepared in? It was honestly more an emotional thing. I wasn't prepared to leave home. Like, as much as I talked about how excited I was to go to college and make new friends and just be in a different environment, when it really came down to it, I was like, wow, I'm really on my own. Like, I have to buy my own groceries now. I have to literally do everything by myself. I felt like that was the area. Like, emotionally, I felt like I wasn't prepared. But what changed my mind was really that I'm not alone. Like, everyone else that is coming into this school is in the same exact boat as I am. Like, everyone's leaving home. This is their first time taking college courses or being in a college environment. And also, you know, my mom and my family, they're a phone call away. And if I really, really needed them, my mom would drive 3 hours up here just to see me. So that made me feel a lot more comfortable.
So, what senior activity is or was the most meaningful to you, and why? And that's for all of you. Although you still have more to go, Alex, but
Ones hasn't even happened for him yet.
Let's see. My school does a few different things. We had our senior ball. That was really memorable because it was just crazy. We all came together before, like pretty much half of my class. We all took pictures. That's the one thing I really, really hold in my memory. And then we had like this decision day, and we all came to school like in our college drip, like all of our college merch, and then we had like a field day like you would in elementary on our football field. I thought that was really adorable. And probably our baccalaureate. If I don't know if you, David, if you did that for your senior year, but we had this baccalaureate, and it's basically like a test run of our actual graduation, but we sit like in our cap and gowns, maybe like a week before graduation, and they give like a few speeches. They run through it, and I remember specifically these two twins in my class, their father was making a speech for them, and everyone was crying. It was so sad. And you don't realize how emotional it is up until like moments like that. That's why I think those are the most memorable ones.
go ahead, David.
I did not cry. Yeah, I was ready. I the people, I have my set of friends, but a lot of the people in Cardozo, sorry to butcher Cardozo, but the teachers were great. But there were students I was so happy to get away from because of the mindset they had. So graduation, it was great. I knew I was gonna do something big. I didn't know what, but I know I was gonna do something big. I have a tweet that I posted. I will be something big on my graduation day, 2022. I was ready to go. That was probably the biggest thing for me. Graduation, prom. I just like prom because I got to dress up and take pictures, and all the girls got to see me. That's why I like prom. And that was so like prom. It wasn't really, and my prom was not even all of that. Like $120 for prom, and it was really like it was really not that long. It was like 2 hours. I spent most of my prom, which is what I remember. What I enjoyed the most was not even at prom. It was when we all left and we walked around DC. Some of us were barefoot which is nasty, because their heels were hurting them. So we just walked around DC and talked until like 1 or 2 in the morning when I called Daddy to come pick me up. That prom wasn't that big of a thing, but that experience outside of prom was great. But graduation would definitely be number one. And like you accomplish something. Like when you graduate, you feel accomplished. Like you just did 12 years of school, about to go do 4 more, but you pushed yourself through, and I was pretty proud of myself.
Has anything hit for you yet, Alex? Or are you looking forward to anything?
Nah, I think I'm looking forward to homecoming. I know that a lot of adults have said that they regret not homecoming, prom, and they regret not going to it. So even though I might not be like the most popular person, I still want to be able to experience the once in a lifetime event. It's in my last memory of high school.
That's good. That's good. So, on the parent aspect,
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
To you, Alex, and anyone here, popularity in high school does not matter. The most popular people are fat, pregnant, or in jail. And that's the truth. You go check right now with the people that you graduated with. They're either pregnant, they're in jail, or they gained a lot of weight. and they're probably not in college, and if they are in college, people are really starting to not like them and giving them the harsh reality because it isn't high school anymore. People are adults now. So if you're not that popular in high school, do not worry. That means you won't peak at the age of 18 and you have more to do in life. Do not worry about popularity.
I want to be popular with the students, but I'm not popular with the teachers. So that's all I care about.
That's more important because they write your recommendations and stuff. And in 10 years, when you add them back on LinkedIn or something, they can give you a good recommendation. Not the dude that's walking around in a ski mask in school, not going to class, and all the girls know his name. Like, that does not matter 10 years down the road. Sorry, Mom.
I'm just going to say solid advice.
Actually, I want to add on to that. The one thing that I stressed the most after graduating was realizing, like, wow, I really have the choice not to talk to certain people in high school. Because my high school, there were many people that, that created problems. But then once you graduate, it literally feels like a weight lifted off your shoulders. Like, you don't have to talk to these people. You don't have to be around them. And just like, that's a good thing that you're popular with the teachers, Alex, because those are the connections you want to make. It doesn't matter if you're friends with Billy and Mary. It matters, like, are they going to benefit you in the future? And the only people that I can really think about who's benefited me are adults that I've made, like, connections with.
I know who that is now. AE Mon. It's facts, Auntie Nikki. You know it.
Y'all keep it going. That's what I'm here for y'all to talk to each other.
Like
that was solid advice.
Like the not being popular.
Just whatever you got.
It's just like, just do not worry about popularity. People that try to be popular, they spend all their energy trying to be popular, and they didn't spend any energy in school developing themselves as a person. They only cared about being popular or getting the whole class to laugh at them. Their Instagram likes, like, that doesn't matter. As soon as you graduate, the people ain't going to talk to you. They're not going to care anymore. It does not matter. Now you get to college where people try to be the most famous person in college. Again, not going to matter once you graduate.
Alex, I'm trying to think of something that you maybe can share. Well, you mentioned that you didn't participate in a couple of things because you also have an internship. Discuss how that experience is for you, and also the fact that you have dual enrollment, how that is, and if you think that that's important and plays a role in your college endeavors.
The internship, I would say, was important because it got me work experience and also my own money. I haven't had this much money in my own account in some time, and you guys can attest to that. And doing dual enrollment is one just better for what I've seen is better for your high school experience because it gives you experience outside of high school. It also could give you opportunities. Like, I was able to go to a couple of luncheons to the Aero Club, Washington, D.C. is where a bunch of aviation companies such as FedEx, UPS, sometimes NASA showed up there, Boeing, Lockheed Martin. Like, you were able to see different companies and network and just have a good time outside of school. Because once you're in the school, you're only doing things inside the school, it becomes boring. So for me, it has been a lot of fun. So I've been able to do a lot of professional things.
So parents or people who may not even have enough college knowledge, what is dual enrollment?
Dual enrollment is where you take college level classes in high school, usually at a college or university. My first year was at Trinity University. It's an all girls college. Then the company that runs it, ATC, decided to build a home for their dual enrollment where I am now stationed. It has a computer lab with multiple computer labs and a 2 nursing classes. There's test dummies. There are whiteboards. There's, I think it's anatomical. I don't think that's the word, but anatomy figures for the nursing students. So it has a lot of benefits, and you also get college credits where you don't have to take it in college.
So that means is that going to shorten someone's college years?
I will say so. I think it does. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you should know. Yeah, because you've already knocked out some of those credits. Okay. Have you thought of any questions or any knowledge yet that you would like to pass on or share with any fellow high school seniors who are watching?
Back to what David said about it's fine if not going to college, but it makes sense to have a plan. That I would like to agree on that. But also do something that has enjoyment with what you're doing, because you don't, if you want to go to college but then you're just doing it just to go to college, or because your parents say you need to go, or you don't want to be different than the family, it's right, you don't have to go to college, but it does make sense to have a plan, like you said, trade school. I've thought of culinary arts, going to culinary school, or maybe you have like a job offer outside high school. Yeah, have a plan. It makes so much sense, and it is so much more structured to have an idea of what you're going to do.
Yep. So I can't think of any other questions. So if y'all have any advice or anything that you would like to piggyback on, the floor is yours.
I just have a little advice because I feel like I didn't really pick up on it until the past few months in college, but really stay true to yourself. And you probably, like, whoever's watching, like, hear it all the time, but it's really important that you stay true to what you believe in and your values, because there will be many people trying to knock you off your feet and throw off the course of your life. But if you do decide to go to school, just remember why you went to school. It's not to party, and it's not to make a ton of new friends. I mean, that's cool, but it's to get a degree. And at the end of the day, that's what you need to do. That's your responsibility. So just stay focused to that. If you ever doubt yourself, if like your social life gets to be too much, just always remember you're not here to make friends, you're here to get a degree. And that's what I've been telling myself, and that's what's been pushing me.
Got a question for you, Alex. What factors prompted you to decide to go to college?
One, because I'll let the brag that I think I was the best student out of my family, and I just wanted to carry on the totem of going to college. I didn't want to be the one to break off the line of succession. Yes, I believe that, and I stay true to that. As well as I didn't have like a designated plan after high school, but after recent I don't know where it is. Recent highlight or awakening. I've found out that going to college just is the best choice for me.
Better choice than what?
Well, one, I didn't have a plan, so best choice of than to do nothing.
All right. Let me say something. I just want to say congratulations. But let's not forget, I did do 2 years of high school in Europe, and then I came back and did during COVID. So I couldn't be the best, but realistically, he's done 10 times better than me. Yeah, I just want to say congratulations. Doing better than me, and I set the tone. So I hope Kamau next will do better than him, and Zendaya do better than Kamau. That's all I have to say.
Actually, I have a question for Larry. So I did not go to college. So I did not go to the traditional college and then right out of high school. I did not do that. So I don't know what this college dorm life is like. So being a female, and you already mentioned about staying true to yourself and people are trying to knock you off and all that. Come on. Are there any other challenges / advice that you may have for other young females for them to consider, even if it comes to like safety?
Of course. There's going to be a lot of people around you that are doing things that it might seem like, I'm in college now, I have to participate, I have to do it. You don't. You always got to think about, there are always pros and cons to situations. Every situation there's a pro and a con. And I've noticed a lot that people think college life is supposed to be one way, but it's really not. And I guess in terms of like being a girl, you really have to pay attention to who your friends are. I've made the 2 most amazing friends here. They're both girls and they're just like me mentally. And you really appreciate girls like that, because there are some girls that, don't want to see you do the best. But when you meet people and you find your people, they'll support you. And I think that's one thing that's helped me push through college, or is my support system, because I feel like I'm not alone. And in terms of like safety and just like your overall like comfortability, it really just depends on what you like, how like, I don't know what I'm really trying to say, but just think really hard about your decisions. Think about how going somewhere could, lead you to. If you want to go explore, make sure, you're being smart and you are with people that are here for your best interest, and just be very smart is my overall advice.
David, as an RA, is there anything that you would like to piggyback off of what she said?
As an RA, I would say, and even as a regular person, kind of what Liam said, not everybody's your friend. And there's people that will hate on you just because. Again, not as an RA, as a regular person, people laugh every time I say that I do fashion, right? And they laugh at me and call me cringy. And then when they see it, they're like, "Oh my god, this is nice. I want to be a part of it now too." Um, but as an RA, you see a lot of people have drama, and it's just stay away from people. Like, if you just trust your gut, if you see people doing things, stay away from it because there's gonna be a lot of drama. You don't want to get yourself pulled into that, especially if you live on the same floor. You just want to go to college and do your studies. In addition to that, don't believe everything that people say. Some people just say stuff to just see how you react. And I've seen that as an RA. People just say stuff and they just be talking, and then it starts rumors around the dorm room and in the dorm hall, the whole building, and you have to be as an RA. That's not true, guys. That's not what happened. And so don't believe everything everyone says. Don't be so quick to trust everything because people just say stuff.
Okay, you guys. So I am out of questions because I'm talking to my kids and I'm, to be honest, like I'm trying to make this fit to the YouTube sphere and it's difficult. So I don't have anything else. But if you guys have anything that you think people should know that we did not talk about, because it's your experience, you guys are the ones who are graduating and are already in college. If there are things that you wish that your parents or other parents knew that they could have passed on, or even so, as we started talking about how poorly planned this particular high school is doing, just some knowledge and experience that you would like to pass on.
I actually do. This is more less like an emotional advice, more like a financial advice. But I know I applied to Elmira and they first did not give me as much money as I thought they were gonna give me. But there was another school and they gave me maybe 3 times the amount of money Elmira, maybe 4 times the amount of money Elmira was giving me. And responding to one of the emails about like financial issues, and I matched up. I sent the amount of money that this one school was giving me to Elmira, and they matched it. And honestly, best, I didn't even know you could do that until my mom showed me like how to do that portion of it. But try that. If a school is not giving you as much money as you wanted to, try to match it up with another school because they more or less will negotiate prices with you. And that's exactly what happened to me. And my tuition is not as much as it would have been if my mom didn't help me do that.
I'll say something. What I've experienced is that it is okay to be different, whether it's academically or by your own personality. I've been different. I haven't been inside the school as much as others have been. I've been doing dual enrollment. I've gone on field trips. I've done internship. Like it's okay to be different. It's fine if you miss out on some things, but well, if it's for the better, you should listen to the ones that are telling you that your high school career would be a lot better if you do this, or if you do this instead of take this class. And yeah, it was such a eye opener. I wouldn't be in this position if I didn't listen to my. I would say she's a counselor. But yeah.
I have two things. First one is kind of like Alex. It's okay to be different. Different is good. There's too many clones and people that want to be like each other in college. And that leads to me saying college is like high school, but except you got your own room and you got to pay for it. So there's still, like I said before, there's still going to be very childish people. You just have to be you. It's okay to be different. It's going to set you apart from everyone else. Once you get to that point where you're either looking for a job or you're whatever, once you leave that area, it's going to benefit you a lot. And secondly, at least for me as an athlete, this is more so directed to athletes, do not pay for college camps, like those soccer camps, those basketball camps, those recruiting camps. Don't, especially if they're like $100-something. And if you have to pay for a camp, that probably means the coach doesn't want you. They're just trying to make money. Programs are trying to make money. So try not to pay for camps as much as you can. Some are legit. If the coach invites you himself and you have to pay, that's fine. But if you weren't invited, do not pay for camps, because the coaches already know who they want and they just want to make a little bit of profit of that. So try, if you can, avoid it as much as you can. If you're trying to get recruited to college, there are other means of doing that. Try not to pay for camps.
I also have something to say. Again, I know there's gonna be the people who think that grades are the only thing that matters when deciding for a college, but you should also build your resume for college, because you're gonna be the one that the class is gonna want to choose. If you're doing so like you're doing robotics club, but you're also doing soccer and basketball, but then you're also on the honor society. You're also doing student government. It's gonna choose that person more than the person who has like a 1500 SAT or like a 4.5 GPA. You're gonna be the one that's gonna get chosen over them, because they're gonna see the value that you have more than the other person. So again, going back to doing dual enrollment, that builds your resume. So key thing, you should do dual enrollment.
All right. So we will wrap this thing up. And this time I'm going to ask the question. Well, since we have only one real guest, you get the pleasure of being asked the question. If we were at your house, your dorm, your whatever, for breakfast, would you serve us pancakes or would you serve us waffles?
I'm gonna be different, and I'd say
Nope.
French.
No,
I can't.
Nope.
I have to choose. Pancakes. They're a classic.
Okay, pancakes. Okay.
But I'd say French toast, personally.
Yeah, we got a few people who've tried to go that route and say French toast, but no, it's pancakes or waffles. All right, question for each of you. We'll go Alex, then LeRam, and then David. How are you going to practice your self-care either this weekend or within the next week?
By working out. I am still consistently working out so I can lose weight. I can have a better performance on the pitch, off the pitch, in the classroom, and with my family.
I would say just give enough time to yourself. Spending time alone some people see it as a negative, but I really do see it as a positive. It helps you, make better decisions, process things better, and just cleanse yourself. So make sure you're giving enough time to yourself.
That too. So much so, no, this weekend I will be around a lot of people. But I just try to do my homework, catch up on homework, or get ahead of my homework. And I've been breaking out, so I will be doing a face mask too.
All right. Thank you, guys. And so with that goes my outro video. Thank y'all so much for joining. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. I
Thank
would like
you
to
for
thank my
having
guests for
me.
joining me, or simply thank you for watching the pre-recorded episode. No matter what your birth order is, how you self-identify, and whether you like pancakes or waffles. If this is the first time you're hearing it today, I want you to know that you are loved. You were put here for a purpose that only you can fulfill. Until next time, take care of yourself. Be sure that you like and share the videos, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notifications bell. This is RealRam out.